Today I want to talk about the importance of a team, okay? Having a team is extremely important, whether it's in sports, whether it's in business, whatever it may be, right? Unless you're playing a single sport, but you still have a team, right? You still have a team, not necessarily live in action, but it's not all by yourself, right? I'd say I really understood this just recently, in the past few months, was adding people to the team. My business partner and myself, we've run our company for 3.5 years, just solely under him and I, really. I mean, we had partners and we have partners that we utilize to help fulfill services and things like that. But in terms of people actually being on our team, it's always been him and I. But of recently, we've started to add people to our team. And it's been great because I'd say one of the most difficult decisions for a business owner to make is to add people, not just to your team, but who to find that is actually going to do it. And word of advice, make sure there's nobody that is like extremely close to you that isn't good at what it is that you're looking for. Find talented people. You have Fiverr, you have Upwork. Ask around Facebook, ask your network. Find talented people that can fulfill these duties because you'll save yourself a heartache. Pretty sure I spoke about that in a video before, but it's like the reason you need a team is because you can't do it all. As much as you want to say you can, that's your ego speaking. Your ego saying like, oh man, I don't need nobody. Like I got this all by myself, right? Starting out, you might for the time being because you don't really have much capital to work with. You might, but then you're going to get to a moment like my business partner and myself did, where you flat out at an income level every single month. And it's the same exact income. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for what it is that we've been able to do income wise, but it's like, man, I want to keep going. I'm competitive. I don't know about y'all. I'm competitive when it comes to this stuff. Like I'm all about building something from scratch to making it to something that's absolutely, you ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon? I used to play that all the time as a kid. And you would start off with like one or two rides. And then the seasons or the years would go by. And you would literally have a huge, humongous park. And it would look like a Universal Studios or a Six Flags, right? That's how I look at a business. That's how I look at crafting businesses. So it's like, that's how important having a team is, because you can't build something that's going to sustain itself. And especially if you're looking to exit a company and sell it and have somebody acquire your company, if you can't build a solid team. And I'm not just saying one or two team members. Starting out, that's what you'll need to do. I don't know what your profession is, but you need people to fulfill all these components. So, for example, I'm talking about my company that we've built because that's the experience that I have. We just recently brought on people that can help manage our tasks. So if we have a task that needs done, they'll just assign it to our CRM. And with them assigning it to our CRM, that allows us to get notified whenever it's due. And that way we don't have to think like, oh my gosh, what do I do? It's already in the CRM from days ago whenever we told them to add it. Same thing with podcasting. Guess what? We have a team that makes content. For the longest time, I tried so hard to figure out how to create my own content and to do my own podcast. But I realized I put so many hours into that. I probably put days into just doing that. When realistically, the only thing that my job needs to be is doing the interview. As soon as it's done, because that's what I'm good at, send the file off to one person, maybe two, average many's on the team, and then have them make it sound good. Have them upload it. Have the content guy create promotional material. That's it. A lot of people expect to make it big with their brand and on social media, but how do you expect to make it big if you don't even put content out right? Don't just find somebody that can make content. Anybody can make content. Find somebody that is strategic and knows what they're doing. Even if that means paying them an extra couple hundred, few hundred, maybe $1,000, right? Even if that's okay. because the results that you'll see will skyrocket your brand and your business to where you'll be attracting more opportunity. That's the thing. Social media is an attraction area. If you're a beautiful girl, you're attracting males. You're attracting dudes to follow you. You just so happen to have great genetics, but it's like for your business and just for your brand, what else can you do if you're not some attractive female, right? Depending on what you classify as attractive, to reel people in, for them to stick, right? I was following a page, a buddy of mine started his own podcast like a day or two ago, and they just created a TikTok. And the way that they've had their content going, it's been very strategic. Guess what? Within not even a day, they have 20,000 followers just because of the content that they've been putting out. So it's like, you have to be strategic. And that's the same with, the people that you have on your team. My mind was thinking about interviews and hiring, but I'll create that for a whole nother video. But that's extremely important. Find out what it is that you personally, first off, what you're good at. I mean it. I'm good at communicating with other people. I'm great at listening to people. I'm great at being the face of our business. And most importantly, just meeting people and building rapport. I know it sounds so basic and it sounds so simple to do that, but when I just focus on that, all I have to do is do meetings or calls. You think a lot of these million and billionaires do all this gritty work? Heck no. They have a team that does that. They'll do call. And people wonder, like, man, how does Warren Buffett read for all these hours in a day? It's because he has his system set up. That's how he does it. He'll spend hours, looking at different, I'm sure, stocks and investments. And they'll do that, but it's like the reason they're able to print out money like millions of dollars in a second or whatever, it's because they have a team in place that's taking care of all this, the tasks at hand that they don't even need to worry about or think about. Literally. Why do you think these people have security? They have security so people don't touch them. They hire them for that. And it's like, that's a key component of your team. So again, figure out what is it that you're good at, really. With what is it? First off, make sure you've built something and that you are building something. And make sure you have, second, the capital to invest into some other people and into some key parts. And if you can't find people, I'm telling you, we have technology and it's a beautiful thing right now. Fiverr is a great platform. Upwork, all these, if you want to, Indeed, Monster.com. There's so many great platforms to find people. I've just done interviews the past couple of days with people by putting out a job application and then finding them on Fiverr. And they're based in the United States. You can get specific. Well, I don't want to hire anybody. Fiverr is just people from, the Middle East and, Asia. And it's like, no, they're not. You got to figure out how to use the platform. You're not doing your due diligence and your research. I love people whenever they try to make things way more complicated for themselves and for their business. And it's just an extra excuse on why they can't do something. You know what else I love? I also love whenever people try to twist a conversation with your words from what you said prior, and then they try to make it sound different where you were wrong. It's not a matter of if somebody was wrong. It's a matter of like, you can't get over yourself for what you said, But anyways, guys, build your team. There's power in that, and there's so much greatness that can come from it. Hope that helps, and I hope that works. I will continue to make videos like this, talking about, the hiring process and just sales in general whenever the time comes. Because again, my ultimate goal here is to just deliver as much value as I possibly can to you. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to simply provide you with value so you can level up your life, your brand, your business, but most importantly, your kids' life and your grandchildren. That is the ultimate goal. So, love you guys. See you soon.